Okay, we are live on YouTube and Facebook, and we're also live on Instagram and TikTok. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Stars UK Friday lunchtime live event. I am very excited to be back talking to you all live this week, and we're going to do a Q&A because we haven't done one for a little while, and we've had a bit of a crazy couple of weeks here with different things going on. So yeah, we just thought we'd bring it back to basics today and answer all of your questions that you've had. So we have got a few pre-written questions from an Instagram box that we put out, so we're going to go make our way through them. But of course, as always, if you have got any questions as we're going through the live, drop them in the comments box and make sure to let us know who you are, what your business name is, and where you're watching from. As always, I can see we've got Darren with us already. Hi Darren, good morning. So let's kick straight into it. I've got Beth with me as always today behind the camera. She's going to read off some of the questions.
Hi guys.
Where do you want to start today?
Well, first of all, we've got a couple of people perking up on Instagram and saying hi. So hello to everybody joining there. We've got True Vibes Clothing. Hello. A couple of people coming in on Instagram. So if you're just joining us, we're doing a Q&A today about all things heat printing. And we put a box up on Instagram at the start of the week, and we're going to start with those, but feel free to ask away, guys. So the first question, Molly, is how does the GripFlex work? Because we have talked about the GripFlex a lot recently.
We have actually, yeah. And I'm going to demo this for you today just to show you like exactly kind of how it works. But let's just say, for example, that you have a garment that's particularly heat sensitive. So this is just a cotton t-shirt, but for argument's sake, let's pretend it's like polyester or something, okay? Now, normally you would load this on to the heat press like this and use like a release paper or something to protect the garment when you put your transfer on, like so. So you put that on there, release paper over the top and fuse. Now, of course, depending on what transfer type you're using, the temperature on this press is going to be different. And obviously you've got lower temperature transfers like ultra color, which go down at 120. And you've also got our screen print transfers, which apply at 160. So there's a range of temperatures here. And obviously the more heat you put through a garment, the more chances there are of a scorch mark appearing. So for those more heat sensitive fabrics, what we want to do is reduce the chance of heat coming through and marking this fabric. So release paper is just as thick as a normal piece of paper, but the GripFlex, which Beth has, thank you very much, you can see that this is a much thicker sheet here. You can make that out. It's a rubber sheet, so really, really thick, and it will protect this garment. So when we are applying, we'll place our transfer onto the t-shirt like that, and then what we do is we put this GripFlex over the top, and what this will do is add an extra layer of thick protection to stop, almost like block the heat from marking this fabric. Now, you do sometimes have to increase the temperature of your upper heated platen when using these, because obviously the heat gets held in this pad before it then goes down to the transfer. If you're using the lower heat, which is something we have got videos on, I think our most recent YouTube video actually is Kat and I using the power platen. So if you need more information on that, but obviously if you're using lower heat, then the temperature on the top and bottom are going to be different. But basically the short answer to that is that it's a thicker cover sheet, and it just adds an extra layer of protection to the garment you're applying to, and it's mainly used for scorch marks.
And it works. It basically sold out when we had our winter warmer event, and people came to see it in action, purchased on the day, and they basically rinsed us, didn't they?
I'm just going to pre-press this because it's wrinkled and it's annoying.
Hello to Mel from John Warwick. She's with us today. She says, hey, I finally made it to a live again.
Yay! I love to have you. How are you getting on with your auto open? I saw your post.
Yeah,
very exciting.
It's a 1 year auto open anniversary.
Mad.
So exciting. We've had a question come in now from True Vibes Clothing.
Yeah.
I ordered my first order this week of Ultra Colour. It's amazing, but I was wondering, how can I do glow in the dark prints?
So for ultra color, we don't necessarily have like a glow in the dark option because that's a heat transfer. But if you want to do glow in the dark prints, we do have our brand new glow heat transfer vinyl, which I think Beth is just fetching. So you can buy that in meters, whether it be 1, 5, 20, a roll, however much you want. And you can, thank you very much, you can do prints like this. So obviously we've got the lights on in here right now, so it's not going to glow, but This is our glow in the dark heat transfer vinyl. So yeah, if you want prints that are going to glow and look good during the day, that was one of the key things that we made sure to include when we made this vinyl, is that we didn't just want it to look sort of gross and whitey during the day. We wanted it to look like a cool color in the day and glow at night. So that's how you can achieve glow in the dark prints.
So how many colours do we have in that? I think we've got,
I want to say
6 to 8.
Oh no, hang on a minute. We've got pink, orange, blue, yellow, green, and the white.
The clear one. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Mel says, absolutely loving my press. Flew through printed orders this morning. Thanks so much.
Yay, that's good to know. What else have we got going on?
So we've still got lots of people joining us on Instagram and TikTok. So
welcome to the live, everyone.
Welcome to the live, guys. We're talking all things heat printing. Ask us all of your questions today. So second question from the previous Instagram box.
Yes.
What's the best cutter for HTV?
So, okay, I would probably say that depends on like where you're at with your business. So if you are just starting out and you want something that's a bit smaller, a bit more manageable, a bit more cost effective, then I'd probably recommend one of the silhouette cutters, but the ultimate is probably the Graphtec. If you can afford to stretch to that in your budget, it's not overly pricey for what you get from it. But if you can afford to stretch to that and you are going to be using a lot of heat transfer vinyl, I highly recommend putting the money that you would have spent on a silhouette towards the Graphtec and buying that, because it's so much quicker, it's a lot more efficient, it's quieter as well. It can get through meters at a time, whereas a silhouette, obviously you have to cut it down to the matte size, or you have to roll it, get the bigger one so that it fits. And yeah, I just think the Graphtec's so good. We have actually got one of the new ones arriving in the showroom next week for us to film some content with. So those of you that want to know more about the new one that they've got, the Graphtec CE 8000, which is the new version, we're going to be doing that for sort of early Jan 2025 content, which will be fun. But yeah, any questions you have on the cutter, do let me know, because I think we've got Ellen coming in as well from Graphtec to do some questions and some content. So anything that you want to know about that we might not be able to answer, we're going to ask her. So yeah, drop those in the comments as well.
The CE 8000 is live on the website now, guys. So
head over there and snoop
free content.
Yes.
Okay, we've got Shane Print with us on TikTok, who is from Peru. Hello.
Wow, we are reaching all over the world. I love that.
Do you have any print questions for us today, Shane Print? Let us know. Okay, right.
You sounded a bit Australian when you said that. Let us know.
Let us know. Do you have, I can't do it. Do you have any questions for us today?
I think comment below if you think Beth should do the rest of this live in an Australian accent.
No. It will not be happening.
She's so good at it. Okay, next question.
Kind of New Zealandy. Okay. Don't come for me. I'm trying to make this fun, guys. Somebody asked what the difference between glimmer and glitter is.
Okay, so glimmer, for those of you that don't know, is our newest heat transfer vinyl product. Thank you. And it's really similar to glitter in that it does have that sheen, it's got the particles in it, but, sorry, I'm trying to show you all the cameras. Yeah. There we go. But it does have a smooth finish, so you get sort of the same look and not feel as glitter, but it's a lot smoother. And can you pass me that other t-shirt please as well? Thank you. So this is glitter, for example. So you can see there that you've got the really like intense particles in there. It really does give off an amazing shine. Can everyone see that? So it is incredible. But yeah, if you compare that to the glimmer, how am I going to do this?
I don't know. I'm trying to get it on the Instagram and TikTok as well.
That, something like that.
See, they're coming up kind of similar on camera, I won't lie, but in person, guys, glimmer is nice and smooth.
I wonder if did it like that, would that work?
Glitter.
It's kind of soft on top, like it's basically ultra fine particles that are smooth to like brush your hand over. Whereas glitter, when you feel it, does have more of a I wouldn't say it's like bumpy. It's just a bit more coarse, I would say. But I would say just glimmer is a lot smoother. But yeah, both of them are a fantastic finish. We still sell both. We're not replacing glitter with glimmer.
Yeah.
They're both still great products. Everybody loves them. So it just depends what kind of finish you're after, I would say. But yeah, different effects for both.
I always think that glimmer might be really nice for like children. because it doesn't
Yeah,
have
it's a bit
texture.
softer, isn't it?
Yeah.
I agree. But if you do really want that really wow pop from your glitter design, then I definitely recommend CAD cut glitter flake, because that has that real punchy, you're trying to torch over it and it just jumps off the shirt. It's really, really cool.
Quite a broad question come through.
Oh, Darren says glitter is chunky and glimmer is powdery, like eyeshadow powder.
That's
I love the fact that you're using makeup as the reference, Darren.
That's a really good comparison as well, because it has a powdery, glittery finish, doesn't it? True Vibes Clothing says, what's the best product for a 7 to 2 centimeter neck print? So a neck label. What's the best product?
7 to 2, as in 7 by 2 or 7 by 2?
I think they mean a small neck label print.
Okay, so depending on the colours that you're going with, if you're going with just a single colour print, then definitely go for either screen print or Inktra screen print. If you're doing multicolour, of course, use ultra colour, but all of these transfers have fantastic levels of detail in them. So you'll be fine from a technical point of view with that. It comes down more to price and the amount of colours and how many you're doing. So
they've said white, but I guess again,
okay, so that would
quantity dictates.
So that would either be screen print or Inktra screen print. If you just want sort of 10 or 20, go for screen print. But if you want 50 or more, go for Inktra, because you'll get a better price point with that.
What's the best resistance white vinyl from Diana on TikTok? So I think they mean longevity.
So I'm going to go in terms of colour for that. So all of our heat transfer vinyl will last the lifetime of the garment if you apply it correctly. That goes without saying, regardless of the colour, regardless of the vinyl type. But if you're talking more about the colour of it, for white, for example, if you're putting it on a red jumper, you might get some dye come through. If you're worried about that, then we do have subtly blocking options in our heat transfer vinyl and in our transfers. So if you want to make sure that, if you've got a particularly bold garment, you're worried about dye migration, then definitely pick one of our subtly blocking options. But in terms of quality, transfers and vinyl, they will all last the lifetime of the garment, provided you apply them correctly. And by that, we're talking about time, temperature, and pressure. But all of those instructions get sent to you with your order, and we have plenty of video content showing you how to apply everything.
Yeah, so the short answer of what's the best resistance white vinyl is Styles white vinyl.
Anything with Styles name on it, yeah.
Cool. Okay, another question from the box.
Mm-hmm.
I printed a sports top and it bled through. How do I stop this? This is relevant.
Similar question, yes. So if you are, again, printing onto a red or a blue sports top, and the dye is coming through, if you're using heat transfer vinyl, then I would opt for our Premium Plus subtly blocking heat transfer vinyl. And basically, for those of you that don't know, what subtly blocking means is that it has an extra layer built into the vinyl and the transfer that basically blocks any dye coming through from the garment to the design. So in between the white of the transfer and the t-shirt, there's an extra layer in the middle, and that is our subtly blocking ingredient, and that just completely stops any dye coming through. No matter how many times it's washed, it has the same quality as the initial wash test. So yeah, definitely go for subtly blocking if you're struggling with dye migration.
Cool. Somebody has asked how they can get started with levers, how the artwork, I think, is what they mean.
Okay, so you can, if you've never ever printed levers before, I would definitely recommend you use custom heat transfers for that. And we do have a free artwork template available, which you can download on our custom website. So if you head to custom.styles.co.uk, if you're on, was that an Instagram question?
It was TikTok.
There are links in our bio to all of our websites, so you can find that there. Head to the levers page and you can just fill in your email. We'll send you the form. And then on that levers page as well, there's a full how to get started video with downloading the artwork, editing the artwork, ordering the transfers and applying them as well. So Andy, Beth and I did a live, a month ago now, covering everything. So everything you need to know is in there, but the short version, definitely use transfers, definitely use our template. It makes life so much easier. And yeah, you'll be completely fine.
And now is the time as well. If you're going to learn how to do it right now.
Yeah, you're just in time.
Pre-Christmas.
Yeah. Lever season is heading our way very quickly.
As soon as you know, get your sample printed, head off to that school to pitch.
I think as well, everybody that has a heat press should be taking advantage of levers, because even if you're running like a brand, for example, you don't have to advertise the fact that you're doing levers with the brand name. You can sort of do it on the side. But if you have a machine that can heat apply, it's a really, really profitable job to secure. Even if you do 1 to 2 schools every year, that just gives you a bit of a profit bump.
Somebody has asked, what is your favourite heat press?
My favourite heat press?
Yeah, personally.
It depends what mood I'm in and what I'm doing.
We love all Hotronics.
Yeah,
Disclaimer.
we do love all of them. I would say for ease, like if I just come down here and need to print a couple of things, I'll probably turn the auto clam on. That's like my go-to. If I'm doing vinyl and I can't be bothered to remember what everything fuses at, this one, because it's all stored in here and I don't have to remember it. The IQ Cloud does it all for me. But of course, I have been printing a lot recently with the dual air fusion and the lower platens. Because the power platens need a specific pressure, we recommend using our air machines with them so that you don't break them, basically. But yeah, I've been using that a lot recently because we've been printing on jackets and heat-sensitive materials. So yeah, I'd say I've got 3 favourites if that helps at all.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
What's your favourite?
The Fusion IQ, the one that Molly stood next to right now. I just find it so easy. And I personally, this is fully personal preference. Oh, shall I do it in an Australian accent?
Go on then.
No, I can't do it.
You can.
Mel was egging me on. She said 100% to the accent. No, it's not happening. My personal preference is the Fusion because I don't want to be under the heat of a clamshell.
Yeah, that's very true. And when we are down here, we're often down here for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, very good point.
I find it very hot. I get sweaty easily, guys. It's gross. Moving on.
I have a question on
You have
YouTube.
one?
Darren has said, how big of an air compressor do you guys have for the air machines? It's a very good question. Off the top of my head, I think it's 1.5 litres, the one we have attached to the dual. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1.5 from memory. But we have 2 available on our website. Obviously, Darren, I know you're in America, so that'll be a styles.com answer. But for those of you in the UK, I think it's 1.5. If you head to styles.co.uk and just search for compressor in the bar, we have the bigger one down here, but both of them I think are compatible. So yeah, if anyone's thinking of purchasing like an air machine and you have questions about the technical side of things like that, it's really quite a simple setup. It doesn't take loads and loads of maintenance, but if you have questions about it, then feel free to drop them below or pop our customer service team an email.
They have all of the answers, guys.
They do.
True Vibes, again, hello again. I'd love to come and talk to you at Printwear and Promotions. Do I need to make an appointment?
No, you do not. You can come and just walk up to the stand. And
Please come and see us.
Yeah, come see us. We will be there for, of course, the entire event. I'm sure we're going to have some really good talks going on as well. Beth and I will be running around doing lots of filming for you all. Yeah, it's going to be a good show. I'm excited. It feels like it's come around really quickly.
I know.
Like we just did the 2024 show.
I know. Things are about to get real hectic in terms of promotion for us.
Come back from Christmas and it'll be...
We've had about a month of chill and now we're about to get crazy again. Okay, are you ready for another question?
Yeah, go for it.
Do you have any Black Friday offers?
We will have. I'm not going to disclose what they are on the live because you have to wait for the official launch. But yes, we are doing a Black Friday offer. So if you want to be the first to know, make sure you are following us on socials and make sure you're subscribed to our email newsletter. If you go to styles.co.uk, scroll to the bottom, there's a button you can subscribe on there. And yeah, we'll be the first to know. We'll send you the first info.
And if you can't wait until then, we do have bundles.
And if you can't wait until then to save, we do have bundles as well. Yeah, good point, Beth. Yeah, and with those as well, that's for heat transfer vinyl and custom heat transfers. So regardless of what you prefer working with, yeah, you can opt for either one.
This is a slight tangent, but I keep thinking every Friday is Black Friday this month because I feel like everyone's got really early with their promo.
Yeah, I think people tease it a lot earlier, don't they? And they sort of extend it. It's like Black Friday month now, isn't it?
Yeah, it used to be Cyber Monday, Black Friday, which was like the week of.
It's like a month-long event now.
Yeah, and as soon as it turned 1st of November, everywhere was like, it's Black Friday. I was like, is it?
I'm so unprepared.
I was like, is it Black Friday? Okay, another question.
Mm-hmm.
I have an order for 20 t-shirts. Which transfer should I use? How vague is that?
So if you're, could we preferably have a colour or a design or something?
Well, this is from the box on Monday,
okay.
So we have no further info.
From a quantity point of view, again, it depends. So if because you're ordering 20, I would not recommend you using direct to film Ultra Colour Max because that's for lower quantity orders. If your design has between 1 and 5 colours or 1 and 3, I tend to say, use our screen print options. If your design has more than 5 colours, opt for Ultra Colour. If you were doing above 50, I might recommend Inkjet for single colour, but yeah, I would say probably between screen print and Ultra Colour for your order.
Okay. Another one?
Another one. Go for it.
Somebody put, have you ever printed onto fleece? And if so, how do you do it?
So we actually have a video coming very soon. I believe this video is coming in December, but we did a video heat applying onto the new Tri-Dry fleece. So they have got new autumn-winter products, of which the video looking at all of those products is coming out on Tuesday. But the fleece that we printed on, thank you, is this one here. So this, I believe, is like a women's fitted fleece from Tri-Dry. But as you can see here, we managed to heat print onto the left chest of it, and it looks really, really good. We just put like our White Styles logo on here. I really like this colour of garment. I said this to Lauren from Tri-Dry on the day. It's just so like
I was thinking
trend,
that,
isn't it? I love it.
Like Lauren or Grace, if you're watching, it's lovely.
It's lovely. Please send size medium and large to Beth and I. No, what was I going to say? Yeah, so to heat print onto these, we do have a full video tutorial coming, but basically you have to use lower heat because this is quite a sensitive garment. We don't want a massive heat press box on it. We don't want to squish the fibres too much. So what we do is use one of the air-powered machines, so either the single air or the dual air fusion, and we put a power platen on the bottom. So we replace this lower platen here with a power platen, and then that allows us to heat the decoration from underneath, lower the heat on top. We of course use our trusty Grip Flex pad to add that extra layer of protection, and then you're good to go, you're good to fuse. Make sure you're using Ultra Colour heat transfers with it as well, because they are, of course, the low temperature ones. But yeah, we have got a full how-to tutorial for that coming, so definitely subscribe if you want to see that. Darren says, are any of you coming to Long Beach in January? I don't think we are. I think you'll have to deal with the US team, you know. Feel free to write an email to our bosses and request our attendance. But
poor you, Darren.
but no, the US team will be handling it at Long Beach. But make sure you say hi for us.
Yeah, it's a shame that we're not US. It would be great to meet our regular watchers, wouldn't it?
I know. You never know. You never know. One day.
Yeah, if you're ever in the UK, Darren, you let us know.
The showroom.
Somebody has asked, this is hilarious, what's the big deal with the Fusion IQ?
I mean, where do I begin?
What's the big deal?
Do you want me to list?
IQ, yeah, I'm going to move this one over. There we go.
Did someone actually write that?
It was on the box on Monday.
That's brilliant. Okay, so the first thing I would say, I think the biggest deal with the Fusion IQ for me, the top 3 things, it has built-in threadability being number 1, the IQ Cloud being number 2, and I think the swing and draw being away from the heat is definitely number 3. So
do you want to demo it?
Yeah. So what I mean by that is obviously if you pull, so let's do threadability first. Those of you that don't know what threadability is, I'm going to move that in a bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Rather than putting the t-shirt like this on the press, you open it up on the inside like that and thread it on like this, isolating the top layer. But the reason that the Fusion IQ is so great is because this is built in already. So if you can see from underneath here, this is built in as part of the design. On the other heat presses like the Auto Open and the Max Clam, you can add threadability, but you have to have a caddy stand or a counter caddy for it. Which if you buy a bundle, you get them included anyway. But I just love the fact that you can pick this press up, put it anywhere, and it has threadability. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 being the IQ Cloud, the IQ Portal, the brain as we sometimes call it. This basically is, I don't even know where to start. This is insane. So not only does it hold all of your application recipes, whether that be transfers, vinyl, you can even customize them to certain products, certain customers if you want, but it remembers all of that. So all you have to do is go into the library, select the particular transfer one that you want, and it will remember the time, the temperature, the pressure, the pre-press, digital readout on the pressure as well, which you can adjust, makes it so much easier. And then it also reports all of your pressing data to the IQ Cloud, which anyone who purchases a machine with an IQ Cloud automatically gets access to that. And you just create your account and you can monitor your heat press performance. You can also lock it at manager level. So if you have got staff that are working the machine for you and you want to make sure they don't change any of the settings, then you can lock certain things off. And yeah, you can also look at your reports at the end of the day, week, month, year, to see how your press has been performing, if there's been any errors, if someone's been skipping a step, things like that. So it's, I mean, that I've just touched on what it can do. It's absolutely insane. And then the swing and draw. So obviously with the clamshell being more like this, you're sort of under the heat more, but with this one, all the heat's going down. So regardless of whether I pull it out like this, I'm completely away from the heat here. Or if you want to swing it away, which I think is locked at the moment, yeah, you unlock it and just swing it this way, you're also away from the heat here. So if you don't have the space for it to come out, or you don't have the space for it to swing, then you can pick your option.
Something for you.
It does have a lock on it as well. So if you just twist the little gold lever on the side, I can't push that to swing. So if you are using the draw function, it won't be sort of swinging everywhere. I could talk for ages about this one, but that's kind of the main reasons I would say that is one of my faves.
Mel from John McGorrick says, when I get a bigger workshop, that IQ is coming home with me.
Happily, Mel, happily.
True Vibe says, I see you have pre-sizes for the heat transfer sheets, but can I make a custom size?
You can. So the reason we have pre-cut sizing is because if you are doing a bigger job, for example, you might not want to sit there and cut the designs out all day. It might be easier for you just to pick one up every time you do the transfer. But you can, of course, create what we call a gang sheet, where you put more than one design on your sheet. If you're doing this for an A3, that's probably the best size for like screen print and ultra color. But if you do ultra color max DTF, which is our lower quantity run, then you can do sort of meter gang sheet with that, which is probably the best sort of value for money, because you can fit a lot of designs on there.
Cool.
So yeah, absolutely. We have another YouTube question. Oh, we've got two actually. We have got Coda Cube says, hi guys, I was at your winter warm-up event, loved it. I'm also pressing onto fleece, but have a Fusion IQ, so can't use lower heat using DTF. Any tips to avoid scorching if you can't use lower heat? I have a grip flex. Okay, so if you don't have lower heat, still go through all the steps of the arch method that until you get to that. So use your accurate, make sure your pressure's on a 4 when you're fusing on this. Make sure you're using ultra color transfers. DTF applies at 145, ultra color applies at 120, so you can straight away knock 25 degrees off of that temperature. And then of course, yeah, using your grip flex. So give it a try with ultra color transfers and see if that works. And if that doesn't, we'll try and come up with another solution for you. And we've also got a question from Chris Heath, who says, hi, any chance Josh is coming over from the USA to P&P? I've learned everything from him and it'd be great to meet him.
Imagine Josh Ellsworth, heat printing royalty, stepped foot in the UK.
I don't think Josh is coming over for P&P this year. However, we may have some USA special guests. To be confirmed. TBC. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there'll be someone from the USA there, but I can't tell you who yet.
Do you remember last year Dave came over, Dave Connor, YouTube extraordinaire, and like people flocked to the booth.
They did. There was a queue behind Dave. It was literally like watching someone walk a red carpet. It was hilarious.
It was like, and some people must have been like, who is this guy?
Yeah. Don't watch the YouTube channel, which is just mad. Cola Cube says, thanks, we'll try that way. Yeah, brilliant. Let us know how you get on with the ultra color. And making sure your pressure's light. We'll go with that. Any more questiones from the box?
I have one final question from the box.
We're at half an hour. That's good.
What are the best products for Christmas finishes?
Oh, from a personal perspective, I always say glitter and now glimmer as well, obviously. Mm-hmm. Just because I love sparkly things. I'm a bit of a magpie. Yeah, I think they're the best ones for creating like really standout Christmas designs. I would also say incorporate it with transfers. So for example, if you're using screen print or ultra color, apply your ultra color transfer or your screen print design and find a way to incorporate a bit of glitter into that. Using the vinyl, if you want that extra pop finish at the end of it, or mixed media, yeah. Or if you want to stick to using transfers but you still want like a shimmer effect, then you can use our custom shimmer and metallic inks that we have available. So when you're ordering screen print transfers, this is only available on screen print, not ultra color. When you go to the color palette box, you can select the shimmer and metallic inks free of charge for your order. So you can add in that sort of shimmery effect for free and without having to do an extra layer of vinyl. I would say that the glitter and the glimmer probably pop a bit more when it comes to shimmer, but the screen print heat transfer ink still shines really, really well. Mark says glimmer. Definitely glimmer, red glimmer.
I think soft metallic is a good shout as well.
Yeah, that's
for
a good
Christmas.
idea.
Soft metallic HDB. There'll be a blog coming soon where I've done a bit of theory into the the theory behind Christmas finishes. And glitz and glamour, sparkle, it's woven into the fabric of Christmas because it's luxurious, isn't it?
I just love glitter. Like, I mean, look at that.
Turn this one.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Glitter, glimmer, soft metallic, shimmer ink, screen print transfers.
I just love it.
You'll have some very happy customers at Christmas.
And also, happy Friday, everyone.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Okay.
I have one question on Instagram.
Oh, Armchair Detective is on YouTube and says, hi, I'm a little bit late.
There you are.
Oh, Marcia, I'm so sorry I said your name wrong. I said Mark said glimmer, but I just quickly skim read. It's Marcia. I'm so sorry.
She's reading from a distance.
I can't. You have no idea how far away I am from this laptop. Marcia prefers glimmer. How are you getting on with the pink? Tell me. I want to know. Marcia went home with some pink glimmer when she came in for her podcast. I want to see what she's created.
Instagram question.
Yeah.
So if I wanted a 7 centimeter width and a 2 centimeter depth, I assume they mean neck level.
Yeah.
Where do I go to make this custom size so I have no wastage, as I'd be ordering 500 neck prints in one color? Great detail there.
Yeah, I would go, because obviously 6x6 is our smallest size, but you obviously would cut off the extra centimetre and you would have space underneath it. I would go online and look at the available size options we have and see how many you can fit on a gang sheet. So it might be that you go for like an A5 gang sheet, maybe if you can fit, I don't know, 4 or 8 on there or something, or it might be that you go for the A3 and just gang them all up on there.
Yeah.
But in terms of minimal wastage, I would say we've got the 10x10 one. Maybe it would be worth putting, you're going to put 2 on there though, would you?
You'd lose, so with a 10x10, you'd lose like 3 centimeters on one side, but you could stack 5 neck labels on a 10x10.
Yeah.
Because they're 2 centimeter depth, so that would fit 5 on there.
Yeah.
I think it's better to go bigger and put more on in nice neat lines so that when you skim those scissors up, you can chop them out really easily.
Yeah, that's, if you're going to do a gang sheet, you want to make sure that you've got enough space in between to cut, because if you're doing 500, I would personally recommend to get them pre-cut by us, because that's just the easier way to do it. But if you want to maximize space and not have wastage, you're going to have to gang a little bit, even like Beth said, the 10 centimeter one, and put 4 on a sheet, or 5, sorry, depends on how much space you have. What I would recommend to do is take the 10 centimeter size and take the A3, work out how many transfers you can fit on those sheets and what the price per transfer would be once you've ordered it. So say, for example, you fit 4 on a 10x10, take the cost per sheet at the quantity that you're going to need, and divide it by 4 for the 4 transfers on there. That's your cost per transfer. Same for the A3, take the cost per sheet and divide it by how many logos you can fit on there. And that will be your cost per transfer. Whichever one works out more cost effective. And of course, if you want to spend time cutting those out, you could of course just order a couple, 2 on a 10x10 and go with the slicing in half. But again, you'd be ordering more. And yeah, just head online to our pricing grid and see what would be more cost efficient for you with the amount of transfers you can fit on a sheet, because either option will work.
You can mock it up on EasyView as well, so it's really easy to just duplicate your design and sort of lay it out and see if that is,
we leave enough space,
if that works for you.
Yeah.
So that's it for the predetermined questions through the Instagram box. If there's any other questions on TikTok and Instagram, speak now or forever hold your peace.
We've had another one pop up on YouTube. It says, can I wash my threadability cover? When I received it, it was very creased and screwed up. I thought it would be okay when I pressed it, but it presses creases into my vinyl. What would you suggest? That's interesting.
So they mean a quick slip, right?
I'm assuming so, yeah. So, Dawn John, if you can just confirm, are you talking about this, the quick slip cover? And if you are, and you're saying it's got creases in it, because this one here that we're using has creases in it, but it's not transferring. Have you just pressed it like that on its own to like iron the creases out? Because that would be my first port of call rather than washing it. In terms of washing it, I actually don't know.
It's a great question. I've never had that before.
Okay, so he's talking about the quick slip cover. Yeah, if you pop our customer service team an email, so if you email info@styles.co.uk, I'll give the team a heads up that you're going to email, because I don't actually know the answer to that question, but somebody in this building will. So we'll find that out for you. And yeah, but I would definitely recommend, if it's got creases in it, then just slide it under and press it like this for a little bit until they sort of come out. I'll take this off and show you ours actually, because this does have quite a few creases in it, but like I said, it's not affecting our pressing. It's kind of just like, that's quite pretty.
You can see the lines, the crease lines from where it's been folded in transit or after it's been
Yeah, like
manufactured.
it's got a few marks in it, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be transferring. So yours must obviously be bigger creases. So yeah, try and iron them out on the press, and if that doesn't work, yeah, pop us an email and we'll figure that one out for you. I want to know now. Can you? I'm sure you can wash it.
Great question. I've never had that one before.
Because you don't wash higher than what you fuse at, so like it wouldn't melt or anything. I'm just thinking more. You can definitely wash this bit. It's just whether or not the plastic can. I don't know if washing would help though, because it would screw it up in the machine. And
I would have thought the same thing. Yeah, I would have thought the best thing would be to hit it with the heat press.
Darren's agreed with me. He said, Darren, I'd press it a bit without a garment on and it should help. And then Dawn says, no, mine are very deep and creases that won't press out. If that's the case and you are really having problems with it, definitely email customer service, because they might, if they can't come up with a solution, they might replace it for you. Yeah, just definitely let them know that you were on the live and that we told you to go to them. Yeah, we'll figure it out for you.
Mel says, mine had creases, but I did a blank press with nothing on it and it sorted it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very difficult to ship one of these without it being creased. We do put cardboard in them, but things get moved in transit, don't they?
Yeah. We've had a follow-up question. I don't think this person heard us before, but that's fine. We can go over it again. Is there any heat transfer deals coming in for Black Friday?
So we have got Black Friday deals, and it does involve presses and transfers, is all I'm going to say. But you'll have to wait until Black Friday to find out what they are, because I've been told I'm not allowed to give away any spoilers, which sucks. But if you sign up to our email newsletter and follow us on socials, you will be the first to know about any Black Friday offers.
That's it.
Are we good?
That's it, guys.
Yeah, I love the fact that our heat printers are helping themselves out in the comments. Like, they're helping each other. I love that. It's so fun.
There's room for us all here, guys.
Everyone's a little community. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Speak now or forever hold your peace, because we're going to go and eat.
You've got 3 seconds while Molly has a drink from her sippy cup.
No more questions?
No, I don't think
We'll
so.
wrap up. Okay. Thank you very much to everyone for watching as always. I am so glad that we had some of our regulars here and some new viewers as well. We've had very steady watch rate throughout this entire live, so thank you very much. We will be doing a live next week. I think I know what the topic is, but we haven't confirmed it yet. But it will be something custom transfer, EasyView related. So make sure you're subscribed for that. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.